Hello everyone, this is your teacher, Mrs. Zahra Al-Asadi, and as usual, please feel free to pause and rewind as needed. Today, my dear students, we'll talk about compound subject and predicate. At the end of this video, you, my students, are supposed to be able to understand compound subject and predicate and to know how to use the coordinating conjunctions correctly. First, let me go to my laser pointer in here and start. The most important thing is to understand the word compound. Compound. So when I say that a sentence has a compound subject, that means I have more than one. More than one. I have more than one subject in a sentence, so I say I have a compound subject. When I say a sentence has a compound predicate, that means I have more than one predicate. Let's start checking the examples. The first example, Lynn and Rima read the same book. Lynn and Rima read the same book. In here, I can see that I have the subject Lynn and I also have the subject Rima. Both subjects did the same action, which is the reading. Read the same book. So in this case, when I have more than one subject and all of the subjects share the same predicate, I say I have compound subject. Let's check the second example. Amir ran, swam, and rode a bicycle in the contest. Again, Amir ran, swam, and rode a bicycle in the contest. I have the subject Amir, and Amir did more than one action. Amir ran, swam, and rode. So in this case I say I have compound predicate. In order to form compound subject or compound predicate, I have to join the subjects and the predicates. And in order to do so, I use coordinating conjunctions, which are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. In order to remember all of the 7 conjunctions, we might think of the word fanboys. Fanboys stands for the conjunction for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Now let's see together how we're gonna use the coordinating conjunctions in order to form compound subject or predicate. Let's start with the compound subject. In order to form compound subject, we use the conjunctions and, or. So we use them in order to join 2 or more simple sentences with the same predicate but different subjects. This is really important. So we have the same predicate but the subjects are different. Let's start with the conjunction and. Ahmed went to school. Hani went to school. So I have different subjects, but both subjects share the same predicate, which is went to school. In order to join them to form compound subject, I can use in here the conjunction and. So I say Ahmed and Hani went to school. If I have more than two subjects and I want to join them, I don't go and just repeat the conjunction. For example, and. What do I do in this case? I use a comma. So I use a comma to separate the subjects, and then I add the conjunction and before the last subject. Let's check the examples. Ahmed went to school. Khalil went to school. Amir went to school. So I have three subjects, three different subjects with the same predicate. What do? I write Ahmed, comma, Khalil, comma, and Amir went to school. I use the conjunction or in order to show a choice. Let's check the examples. My father could teach me how to swim. My mother could teach me how to swim. So I have different subjects, the same predicate, and the two sentences show a choice. So I use the coordinating conjunction or. So I say my father or my mother could teach me how to swim. There is a very important note that we have to know, dear students. I said before we use the conjunctions and or in order to form compound subject. When I use the conjunction and, the verb agrees with the pronoun they. Like Ahmed and Khalil love. I don't say loves in here. Why? Because I have Ahmed and Khalil. If I want to replace Ahmed and Khalil with a pronoun, I'm gonna use the pronoun they. And they doesn't take an S with the verb as a pronoun. So I say Ahmed and Khalil love. I don't say loves. In the conjunction or, I have a different case. So in here, the verb agrees with the subject that is closest to it. Let's check the first example. The piano or the bookcase has to go. So in here I don't say have because I have the subject bookcase. Bookcase, if I want to replace it, I'm gonna use the subject pronoun it. It takes has. The second one, the piano or the tables have to go. I don't say in here has because I have tables, plural, so I use have. Now let's move on to compound predicate. As we said before, compound predicate means I have two or more verbs that have the same subject. This is something important. I have different predicates, but I have the same subject. I use the conjunctions and, or, but, so, or for in order to form compound predicate. Let's check the first example. I fell yesterday. I lost my balance. So in here, I'm gonna use the conjunction and. I say, I fell yesterday and lost my balance. I don't repeat the subject. I just write the subject at the beginning and I write the predicates. So I say, I fell yesterday and lost my balance. The same case also applies in here if I have more than two predicates. I use a comma to separate them and I add and before the last predicate. Let's check the examples. The horses neighed loudly. The horses stamped in their stalls. The horses ate their hay. In here, I'm gonna combine the predicates, but all of them share the same subject. So I say the horses neighed loudly, comma, stamped in their stalls, comma, and ate their hay. Or also with the predicate shows a choice. So I say we can go to the movies, we can stay home. I write the subject we, I don't repeat the subject, and I say we can go to the movies or stay home. With the conjunction but and yet serve the same purpose. So they mean the same. So these conjunctions, I use them in order to show an opposite idea, something that is contradictory to the first one. Let's check the examples. He worked very hard. He did not get the job. So when a person usually works hard, usually gets the job. But the second sentence shows a contradicting meaning to the first one. So in this case, I use but or yet. So I say, he worked very hard, but did not get the job. There is something that is very important we have to know, which is a verb phrase. Verb phrase. Let's check the example. We will be going to China this summer. If I ask you where's the verb in this sentence is will be going. We call it verb phrase. Let's understand verb phrases more. So verbs are words that demonstrate an action, such as sing, dance, smell, talk, eat. When I combine the action verbs with linking verbs such as is, must, will, has, I form something that I call verb phrase. Let's check the examples. She smells the pizza. Smells is the verb. She can smell the pizza. If I ask you where is the verb in this sentence, you say can smell. So in here I have the linking verb can with the main verb smell. So I say I have a verb phrase, can smell. The second example, he appears on screen as an actor. Appears is the verb. He has appeared on screen as an actor. Has appeared is the verb, and we call it verb phrase. Let's summarize the lesson together. So compound subject means I have more than one subject, but all of the subjects share the same predicate. Compound predicate, I have more than one predicate, but all of the predicates share the same subject. In order to form compound subject or compound predicate, I use the coordinating conjunctions fanboys. Thank you for watching.